everyone, welcome to Amanda's Booktopia. If you're new here, welcome, and if not, welcome back. And today I have a huge book haul for you guys, and I mean huge. I'm going to be testing myself on how fast I can get through this haul with you guys. Literally. And these are all books I've accumulated from like April until now. So it's going to be a lot. And also, I just wanted to apologize real quick because I have a portable on in the background, and because of how many books I have, if I turn it off, I'm going to get hot way too quick, and I don't know how long this is going to take. So I'm leaving it on for the time being, so I'm sorry if you hear much of the portable, but I'm going to try and clean it up as much as I possibly can when you actually watch this, but I can't control, all the noise. But we will do the best that we can between me and my fiance who edits. So thank you, Ray, for taking your time to try and take out most of the background noise. Anyways, let's get into this haul, because we have a lot of books. A couple of which, I can't remember if I talked about in my March haul or not. I don't think I did, but we'll get to those in a minute. But first, let me share with you guys what I'm currently reading that I hauled in May, which is The Night of the Moth by Rachel Gillig. I was really highly anticipating this book, and I'm almost done, and unfortunately I'm not loving it. I went in with very high expectations, hoping to love this book. I love One Dark Window. Unfortunately, it's not been a hit, and I'm almost done. So that's kind of sad. But that's another story for my June wrap-up. So we'll talk about that at a later date. So let's move on to the next set of books. And trust me, we got a lot. I don't remember if I talked about this in a previous haul, so I'm sorry if I'm reading it up again. But we have Heat of the Everflame by Pencole, and this is her third book in the Kindred Saga series, I believe that's what it's called. This was a gift, and I was supposed to read this back in May, never got to it, but I'm hoping to get to it soon because I want to continue the series. I did enjoy the first two books, so I'm looking forward to seeing how this one goes. And then this next one, I won off of GoodReads, which is the art copy of The Manor of Dreams by Christina Lee. I plan on buddy reading this, hopefully with my bestie Corinne. It's Mexican Gothic meets The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. And I know my bestie Corinne loves Evelyn Hugo, so I'm very excited to read this with her when we decide to pick it up. It sounds really good. I'm excited. Next is another gift from my fiance's aunt, so thank you very much. And I cannot wait to read this. This is Heavenly Bodies by Imani Ariu. I probably butchered that name. I'm sorry. I'm excited to read it. I've heard excellent reviews, and I'm probably going into it with really high expectations, and hopefully that's not a bad thing in this case. But I'm excited to see what happens in this book. Next, we have Firebird by Juliet Cross. I know there's a huge controversy surrounding this book, but I really still want to read it and see if I agree with everybody else. I don't know if it deserves a hate or not because I've never read it. So I want to read it and find out for myself. I have heard, though, that they don't get into a relationship until she's an adult. So I'm going to try and see if I agree with the controversy or not. So we will see how that one goes. Next one. Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. Read this as my first book in April. Absolutely loved it. She's the queen of romance for me. I cannot wait to read more of her books. I heard she has a new one coming in the fall that I am ecstatic for. So this was an excellent read. Can't wait to read more of her. Next two books, actually, I bought from Target when they had it. It had a buy one, get one half off sale. So I'm excited for these ones. We have What If I Never Get Over You by Paige Toon. Read two books from this author. Both were outstanding. 5 Years From Now is my favorite from this author. I cannot wait to read more from her. This is her newest release. There are a bunch of others from her backlist and 7 Summers that I still want to get. But in the meantime, I'm going to read her newest, and hopefully we'll love it as much as I loved her other ones that I have. Next from that sale, we have The Notorious Virtues by Alwyn Hamilton. I have not heard hardly any reviews on this one at all. I've only seen one person that I know read this, and I think he enjoyed it. Or is he still reading it? I can't remember. But it has pretty green sprayed edges. It is her YA romantasy. Never underestimate an heiress when her magic is on the line. So that sounds interesting. And there's supposed to be a competition in this book, and I love trials and competitions in most of my books. So that was a buzzword for me. I had to pick it up. I am very excited to read it. Next is a gift from my bestie Corinne for my birthday. I'm very excited for this one. This is This Ravenous Fate by Haley Dennings. I believe... Oh, I forgot I had a gift note in here from Corinne. And I know this is a sapphic vampire story. I can't remember how I heard about this one. But I heard sapphic, I heard vampires, I hear romantasy, I'm all in. So, thank you, Corinne. I cannot wait to read this. Next book was also a gift from Jess from Honest Fiction. This is The Floating World by Axie O. I cannot wait to read this. I know it's a YA romance, or it's not regular romance, I'm sorry. I know there's fantasy. I just don't know if there's romance in it. For sure. But I know it's YA. And I've heard nothing but great things. So I cannot wait to check this one out. I think Jess and I might be buddy reading this in July together. So I have to confirm with her, but I'm pretty sure we're probably going to be buddy reading it. I'm excited. So this should be a lot of fun. Next book was also a gift for my friend Ellie. She drags me into all kinds of readathons and discords and all the fun book challenges. But she gifted me this Monster of Mine by Shalini Sakara. I probably butchered that, so I'm sorry. Oh, the author's a neurodivergent woman of color. I did not know that. Cool. I know it's like a dark romance, I believe. Right now I'm not really in my dark romance era, but I do want to save this for... Oh, I'm sorry. It's romantasy. Okay. It's a ancient Rome-inspired romantasy. So I think is there vampires in this? I'm trying to figure it out. I'm not sure. It just says romantasy. But it's supposed to be a bloodbath of manipulation, deception, and forbidden love. She knows the taste of death. She'll stoke her hunger for it. And it's about this 18-year-old girl who doesn't know why someone tried to kill her 4 years ago, but she knows her case was closed without justice. So she's trying to get vengeance. And she returns to the scene of the crime, assigned to work with this guy who's one of the 4 judges who rule this land. And the prime suspect is also this judge. So, we're going to find out what's really happening in this book. Because I don't really know. I had to read the back of it. But it sounds fascinating, and I'm very excited to read it. And the next one was also a gift from my bestie, Clint. This is A Fairy of Bones and Gold by Haley Turner. He advertises to me as, like, Shadowhunters meets male romance? Or something like that? Or paranormal stuff? It's a supernatural operations agency, and it's a male-male relationship. And that's all I really know. So, this was a recommendation from Clint. He absolutely loved this. And I'm excited to try my hand at it because I love the Shadowhunters. When he told me it's very much like that, I'm like, ooh, sign me up. So I'm excited to give this one a go. Next book, I have one off of GoodReads. And it sounds really interesting. This is The Memory Hunters by Mia Zai. There's like a letter from the publisher inside with a bookmark. This is the bookmark. And this is another fantasy. Well, kind of like fantasy. It says a reckless archaeologist uncovers an earth-shattering heretical secret in his mind-bending queer adventure. They're fans of Inception are Katie Martine, Samantha Shannon, and Emily Tesh. I've seen the movie Inception, but I haven't read from the other authors just yet. And I really enjoyed the movie Inception. And it's supposed to be very mind-bending-like. And it sounds really interesting, and I want to give it a go. So, I'm excited to see if I'm going to like this one. It says, history remembers what blood never forgets. So I'm down to read this. Hopefully soon. Alright, then the next one was also a gift from my bestie, Clint. He got me this one along with the other book that I mentioned. This is Queen of Snow by Laura Burton and Jessie Cal. This is a Snow White reimagining or retelling. It's book 1 in Fairy Tales Reimagined. And I love a good fairy tale, especially when it's being retold or reimagined in another way. And I am so down for this. So, this is going to be a fun time. I'm hoping to read this very soon. It's a very short book. There's not very many pages in this. There's like 232 pages. So that's really short. I can knock this out in like a couple of hours. So I will be reading this very soon. And then the next book was also a gift for my birthday from my fiance Ray. This is We Live Here Now by Sarah Pinborough. And this has really pretty sprayed edges. And this sounds like a haunted house story. So I cannot wait to read this. I love a good haunted house story. And I don't know much. All I know is that there's a haunted house and there's a murder that happened in the house. So I'm like, you know what? I am so down. I've never read from this author before, but I've heard really great things about the author in general. I know one of her books was made for a show, or was it a movie? I think it was a movie for Netflix. But this one sounds fascinating, and I cannot wait to read it. I'm hoping to read it ASAP. I wanted to read it in June, but it didn't quite work out, so maybe for July. The next one, actually the next few, before we get to those, let's do a different one. This one was also a gift from my bestie Corinne. She got me With a Vengeance by Riley Sager. This is also the Thrills and Chills book for the month of July. So I'm very excited to read this one. I'm hoping this is my make it or break it with Riley Sager. I've only ever loved one book from him, which was the only one left. All the others have been very, my ratings on most of his books have been between 2 stars and 4 stars. Except for that one book, the only one left. So this will be my make it or break it to decide if I continue to read more from this author. So hopefully I'm going to like this one. I know it's historical. It takes place on a train in 1942. So it's very Agatha Christie-like, from my understanding. And I am very much looking forward to trying it out. So we will see how this goes, and then I'll decide if I keep reading Riley Sager or not. This is another gift from Jess Mounds Fiction. She also got me The Vampire's Bargain by Jasmine Waltz. And I've heard really good things about this author in general. And I haven't read any of her books yet, but I want to. And this one sounded really interesting. All I know is it's about a vampire. So I'm going into this one completely blind. But thanks to Jess, I now have this in my possession. I cannot wait to give it a go, and hopefully I'm really going to like this author, because I've heard really good things about this author. Alright, now, this next stack were all gifts from my dad. He took me book shopping when he was in town for my birthday. Alright, this next stack I am very excited for. I've heard good things about all these books. Well, except for a couple I haven't heard of until recently. So let's go over those real quick. We have Under the Same Stars by Libba Bray. I've never read a single book from her. However, I've heard she's really, really good. And this is like historical fantasy. And it has really cool sprayed edges on the side, top and bottom. And when you open it up, the end pages look really cool like that. And this naked hardback is absolutely stunning. Completely gold. With this huge tree. And I think it's awesome. I had to have this copy. So, I cannot wait to read this. I also have the audio. So maybe I'll do like a, kind of like a, what do they call it? Immersive read. So maybe I'll try and do immersion reading. Listening and physically reading. So that could be fun. And it sounds really, really good. I don't know much except that we're in like 3 different timelines. We're in New York City in 2020, West Berlin in 1980, and Kleinwald, Germany in 1939. So, I'm down, and I cannot wait to read this. And then the next one is Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan. This is the 3rd book in the series. And I've read the first 2 books. Before I Let Go was my favorite in the series so far. This Could Be Us was very meh for me. But I'm hoping this will be a hit because it's Hendrix' story. And she's my favorite from the girls in the series. So I cannot wait to see what happens with her finally getting her man in the end. So I'm very excited to read this one. The next one is a thriller. Is an Orphanage by the Lake by Daniel G. Miller. I cannot talk today. And all I know is that it's about an orphanage, and it's a thriller. That's literally all I know. I am buddy reading this with my friend Sam, and I know a lot of Sam, so the Sam I'm referring to is in Sephirothon with me, a page from Pages with Paige runs. So I'm excited to read this with her. I think it's going to be fun. It just says a missing girl, an orphanage filled with secrets. So, and I heard this is there's also a sequel out. I think it's already out or coming out. I'm not sure which. But I'm very excited to dive into this one. I haven't heard anyone really talk about it, but I'm excited to give it a go. And then next up we have A Forgery of Fate by Elizabeth Lim. This edition also has like really pretty gold sprayed edges. Like top, bottom, and it's so, so pretty. And it has like a little design on the actual hardback, like a small one. It's also really pretty. I haven't read a single thing from this author yet, but I do have like 3 other books from her that I haven't read yet. Maybe I should do a vlog reading her books. Because I have like her famous duology. What's it called? What that everyone talks about. I cannot remember for the life of me what the first one's called. But it's a duology. Oh yeah, 6 Crimson Cranes. That's what it is. And A Dragon's Promise. That's the one I'm thinking of. I have those 2, and I also have Spin the Dawn by her. And now I have this one. So maybe what I need to do is do a reading vlog and reading all the books I have from her. Because I really do want to read her book. And I've heard she's really good. So I'm excited to give this one a shot. All I know that there's like an arranged marriage in this, I believe. It says it takes a skilled liar to paint a monstrous truth. So I'm very excited to jump into this one. Marriage and community is one of my favorite tropes. I cannot wait to see what this one's going to be like. So if you want to see a vlog of me reading her books, because I have a bunch of hers, definitely let me know if you think I should, because it could be fun. And then the next one, that was also a gift, was The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. And you're probably wondering, Amanda, why are you did you get a cozy fantasy for when you know you're not a cozy fantasy person? I don't know. But I've heard mostly good things. So I want to at least give it one more shot. At least cozy fantasy. I know I'm not really a cozy fantasy person. But this one sounded interesting. I mean, there's a sentient spider plant, I believe. Yeah, sentient spider plant. And I'm like, okay, I'll give it a shot. I mean, it's got purple sprayed edges, which is pretty. And normally I would not read this, like, on my own normally. But I want to try it. At least I want to give Cozy Fantasy one more go. This will be my deciding factor if Cozy Fantasy is something for me or not. So we will try. Plus a buddy reading this with another girl that I met from another Discord that I did, that I'm involved in. And she said she'd read this with me, so I'm hoping it's going to be okay. At least, I'm hoping for at least a 3-star. I'm not going to have super high expectations on this one. I'm hoping for at least middle of the road and not something that I hate. So I'm going to try. I promise I'm going to try. And the last book my dad got for me is Celestial Banquet by Roselle Lim. I did not know about this book at all until I saw a GoodReads giveaway for it, and I entered the giveaway. I did not win the giveaway, which is why I got this copy. But it's Iron Chef meets The Hunger Games in a YA fantasy debut. Following a young noodle chef who competes in a cutthroat cooking competition for the gods. And I'm like, sold. I love The Hunger Games. I love Iron Chef. Put them together. I am so down. I really, really want to read this. So I'm hoping to get to this sooner rather than later. If I don't get to it in July, it'll definitely be read in August. Because I want to read this so badly. And that's all the books my dad got for me. But yet, we are not done. We still got more books. And then, if you watch my birthday vlog, you saw these ones in that vlog. So, my fiance Ray got me 2 books. First one he got me was Sybil by Flora Rada Schreiber. If I didn't say that right. This is about a woman. This is actually a nonfiction, and it's about a woman with multiple personalities. And I've really been interested in trying to read, I want to read a little bit more nonfiction. I have some in my bedroom, but not a lot. They're mostly celebrity memoirs. I only have one nonfiction book. But I want to try and give this a shot because I'm fascinated by people with multiple personalities. Recently watched a Law and Order SVU episode where the woman was portraying multiple personalities. And I'm like, you know what? I want to read more about that. So Ray got this for me for my birthday, and I'm very excited to give it a go. Maybe I'll save it for Stay Spooky-thon in October. So I'm guessing there might be a true crime spot on that board, if I'm not mistaken. It has been on past bingo boards for Dana's readathons. So I'm hoping if there is a spot for that, I could totally use this. And then the next book that Ray also got for me in that vlog was Vanishing Daughters by Cynthia Palaio. Did I say that right? I know it's a thriller, and there's something about a serial killer in here. And there's a little bit of, stuff about ghosts. And so it gives me kind of vibes of, Criminal Minds and Ghost Whisperer put together in one book. So, kind of like that. So, I'm excited to give this one a go. I'm also hoping to save this for October. It sounds really, really good, and I'm very excited for it. And then also in that same birthday vlog, my friend Janelle got me Hidden Nature by Nora Roberts. This is one of my favorite authors. I need to catch up on her books. I'm kind of behind. A little bit. Especially on her In-Death series by J.D., under her pen name, J.D. Rubb. I need to catch up. And I need to catch up on her newer stuff as well. Because she also has a trilogy in the making at the moment that I also need to read. But this is her newest book. And I believe, it also has really nice, end pages. Kind of in the wilderness with a cabin, sort of. Little house, maybe. And I think it's the same on the back. Yeah, same thing on the back. But I'm very excited to dive into this one. I need to catch up on Nora Roberts, so maybe I should do a vlog on that too. Let me know if you think I should. That could be fun too. And then the next book that I also got for myself, way back in I can't remember if it was May or April, one of those months. But I got Rewinded Back by Liz Tom 40. This is a deluxe version of the paperback. I don't have any of the books in paperback yet. I want to. I only just found out recently the other books in the series have gone deluxe as well, and I want to collect the series because I absolutely love the series so much. From my understanding, this is the last book in the series, and it also has really pretty sprayed edges. And this is following Rio, which is one of the players from the hockey team in Mile High, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm really excited to finish out the series. I heard she has a new book and it's coming out later this year. I think it's starting a new series, but I really need to finish out this series, so I'm super excited to dive in and finish out the series, because I really need to do that. This is a very anticipated read that I still need to get to, so hopefully I can get to it very soon. And we are getting close to the end, folks. We have 2 stacks left, one bigger than the other, but we're getting there. So this next one I also won off of GoodReads. This is an ARC copy that I won. So this is A Mastery of Monsters by Lizelle Sambury. I haven't read anything from this author yet. I do have Delicious Monsters? Delicious something. I can't remember the name of the title exactly. I don't even know if I have it right. I think it's Delicious Monsters. I haven't read it yet. But I do want to do a author taste test, because this one also sounds really good. I think this is more of a creature book. A creature feature, sort of. Is it kind of what it reminded me of when I read the description? And normally I don't love movies like that, but this one actually sounded interesting. And it's a really chunky book. Maybe I should do an author taste test. I mean, I could probably get through this quickly because the writing in here is rather big. I don't know if you can see that, but I have a feeling I could get through this super quick with this big writing. So I'm excited to read more of a different author that I haven't read from before. Maybe I could definitely do a taste test, I think. See if I like her books. That could be kind of fun. And hopefully I can get through this one at some point soon. Next book I also won off of GoodReads. This is Cradle of Secrets by Jasmine Wiggum. I think that's how you pronounce it. This is a really, really pretty cover, and that's what drew me to this in the first place. And I know it takes place in Victorian London. And it's a bit of a circus-like book? Maybe? all I know is that it has supernatural stuff in it. So there's witches, werewolves, and other creatures that ought not to exist. Honestly, I didn't know anything except I saw this cover and I was drawn in instantly. I felt like I had to have it. And this is a fairly short book. There's 318 pages in this. I could get that done in no time. So I'll probably have to read this soon so I could tell you guys all my thoughts on it, because it's not something I would normally pick up, because it's in Victorian London. And I don't really read a lot of books from then. But this one sounded kind of interesting, so I would definitely give it a go. This is more of a cover buy more than anything, even though I didn't actually buy it. I want it. But we will see what happens with this. And then the next two books I bought from Barnes & Noble somewhat recently in June. I have Broken Souls and Bones by L.J. Andrews. This is her newest book, completely different from her other books as far as I understand. I did read one other book from this author, which was I think the first in her first series that she's written, I believe. Curse of something and something. I can't remember exactly what the title was. But I really enjoyed that one and gave it 4 stars, and I want to continue that series. But when I heard this one was coming out, and it was completely different from her past books, I'm like, I'll give it a shot. And I love how the cover itself is on the actual hardback, and there's no jacket, which I think is really cool. But I don't have to worry about trying to take a jacket off. I love that. So I'm looking forward to giving this one a go. And then the next one that I got while I was at Barnes & Noble with that one is The Monster and the Last Blood Match by K.A. Lindy. And it has really pretty sprayed edges, mostly on this side. And from my understanding, I believe this is a prequel to The Wren of the Holly Library. So that's all I really know. So I'm excited to give this a go. I'm hoping to read this fairly soon. Maybe I could fit it in for August, because I have a special readathon that is coming back this year. So hopefully I could fit this in for that. And I am very excited to read more from this author. And then the next one I also picked up is The Tenant by Frida McFadden. I've already read this book, really enjoyed it, gave it 4 stars, even got my fiance Ray to read it, and he loved it as well. So I highly recommend reading this if you haven't yet. I really enjoyed it. And then the next one that I also got, Wild and Wrangled by Lila Sage. I read the first 2 books in the series, Done and Dusted and Swift and Saddled. Really loved those 2 books. Those are both 5 stars. I still need to read Lost and Lassoed, and then I can read this one. And those are very short books that I could get through so quickly. I just need to actually read them. So hopefully very soon I could finally finish out the series. She has a new series starting later this year that I'm very excited to read. So I want to finish out this series before her new series starts. So I'm hoping to do that very soon. And then the next book I also picked up, almost as, not long after it came out, I picked up The Neverlist by Jade Presley. As far as I know, this is, I thought it was a retelling of Peter Pan, but make it spicy, I believe. Or it could be wrong. I don't know if it's really based off of Peter Pan or not. But it sounded really interesting, and it's romantic-y, and it's white shoes. And it has really pretty sprayed edges, and the back is pretty. And then the end pages are really nice. Shows off the guys. And it also has a really pretty hardback that looks like that. And I heard really great things about this one. I've also heard some not as good, but I heard more good than not so good. So I'm hoping to get to this very soon, because it sounds interesting, and I want to see if I like it. And then I also picked up, and already read, Sheila the Sparrows by Daphne Perry. I really surprisingly enjoyed this one more than I thought I would. I read Indigo Ridge by this author, gave that 3 stars, but this one took me by surprise, and I really enjoyed it. It's like the Cinderella meets The Witcher. And now that I've read it, I want to read The Witcher, and then watch the show. But The Witcher is on my wish list. But this one was really, really fun. This has beautiful sprayed edges, really pretty end pages, and a really stunning hardback. And that looks like that. And I really enjoyed it. And I definitely want to continue the series when the next book comes out. Because the way this one ended, I want to know what's going to happen next. So, I really enjoy this, and I will be keeping this on my shelf. And then the next book I bought for myself for my birthday, also, which is The Wind Weaver by Julie Johnson. I grabbed it because Just Modest Fiction gave it 5 stars, and I'm like, you know what? I feel like I need to read it too. So I grabbed it for myself, and I really want to read this. So, it sounded really good. The magic system sounds interesting, and I'm very excited to give it a go. Don't know when I'm going to get to it, but I'm hoping very soon. And then I also picked up, we are nearly done, by the way. This is Fearless by Lauren Roberts. I absolutely loved Powerless. Powerful even more. Reckless was a 2-star for me. Unfortunately, Reckless was not my cup of tea. But I'm hoping with Fearless, things get better. And there's also a pretty design on the actual hardback. I got it as a Target exclusive. So I'm really hoping that, this will be a decent read. I'm hoping it'll be better than Reckless, because Reckless was just not it for me. But I'm hoping the series wraps up in a good way. And I'm hoping that it's going to be a good one. I've been kind of putting it off because of what happened with my experience with Reckless. But eventually I will read this book because I need to finish up the series. Now we're on to our last stack of books. These next 2 I got from my friend Alita that she sent me. So we have The Lost Bookshop by Evie Woods. All I know is that it's about a vanishing bookshop. And it's bookish and has really pretty cover, and I'm like, I'm sold. So I'm excited to give this one a go. Hopefully get to it very soon. And then the other one she got me was The Little Paris Bookshop by Nina George. It's also very bookish. The main character is a literary apothecary, and he prescribes novels for the hardships of life. So, he always seems to know the exact book a reader needs. So this sounds really interesting. But then he also departs on a mission to the south of France, hoping to make peace with his loss and discover the end of the story. Because his great love, he's still haunted by his heartbreak from when his great love disappeared. And she left him a letter that he's never opened. So he's finally tempted to read the letter, and he goes to France. And I'm guessing stuff happens along the way. So, thank you, Alita. I'm looking forward to trying this one out. Hopefully very soon. And then the next one I recently got for myself. I got a Barnes & Noble gift card for my birthday, and I had some rewards. So I used that to get Severed Heart by Kate Stewart. This is the second book in the Legacy series, which is a spin-off series to the Ravenhood trilogy. I did really enjoy the Ravenhood trilogy overall. I did not like the beginning half of Exodus, but the rest of it I really enjoyed. And One Last Rainy Day will always have my heart, because it's Dom's backstory, and Dom is my favorite. And now, in this one, Severed Heart, we are following Tyler from the main series. He's like a side character of the main series. This is his book. So I'm very excited to read it. I'm hoping to get to it either in July or August, because this is a highly anticipated read. I cannot wait to see how this one goes. I'm hoping it's going to be great. And now we are down to the last 2 books. Finally. Second to last is Nightweaver by R.M. Gray. This was a gift from my besties Dana and Karina. This also has beautiful sprayed edges. I mean, look at that. How beautiful is that? I will not let them take me. You will not let them take me. And it has pretty sprayed edges on the top and bottom. And the end pages are absolutely stunning. And the actual hardback itself, incredible. I mean, look at that. And look at that. Beautiful. So that's not the only reason why I wanted this. The main reason being, let me tell you, it says, perfect for fans of Powerless and Heartless Hunter. Sold. Loved Powerless. Heartless Hunter. Absolutely loved. That whole duology was perfect in my eyes. And I'm like, you know what? I have to have this book. As soon as I saw that comparison, I had to have this in my hands. So I was so excited when Dana and Corinne gifted it to me. I know it. I haven't read it yet. But I really desperately want to read this. So hopefully either in July or August. Because I desperately need to know what's going to happen. I mean, I know that this already has like a sequel coming out. But I really want to read this because of that comparison alone. So I cannot wait to get into this book. Hopefully sooner rather than later. And then the last one was also a gift from another friend. This is called Now She's Dead by Rosalind Clark. And this is the last book in this haul, by the way. And it's a thriller. And the reason why I wanted this one was because the main character's name is Mandy, which is kind of a nickname off of Amanda. And I was called Mandy in high school by my vice principal. So that's mainly why I was kind of drawn into this. And it's a thriller, and I want to read more thrillers. Not that I haven't been reading thrillers, but I want more thrillers that I can read like later for October. So I do have some in this haul, but this one seemed perfect. So I'm very excited that one of my good friends that I haven't seen in a while, I got to see her the other day, and she bought this for me late for my birthday, but it was so really, really nice of her. So I'm excited to give this one a go. All I know is that there's this girl named Sarah that was found dead by the lake, and only Mandy knows what really happened. This summer, she's desperate to keep it a secret. So I'm looking forward to this one. So this is going to be a lot of fun, and this was the last book in this haul. I don't know how long it took to get through all these books. I'm sure I'll find out, because Ray's going to be editing, and I'm sure he'll let me know how long this video actually was. I hope you enjoyed this haul, because there was a lot of books. And don't be surprised if I did already talk about some of these in March, because I do not remember all the books that I hauled in March. So I'm sorry if I had any repeats in here. I hope I didn't. I was trying to keep it from like April till now. But we've had some great books in this haul. For some of them I have already read, but most of these I have not. So I'm hoping there's some winners here. So we will see. So if you enjoyed this video as much as I did, give me a huge thumbs up. If you want to see more bookish content from me, make sure you smash the subscribe button down below. And if you're not feeling chatty, why don't you leave me a rose for the cover of Nightweaver, which is highly anticipated for me. And thank you all for stopping by. I hope you had fun. And I will see you all in the next